morning or good afternoon, depending on where you are. And welcome to our What's New in Microsoft 2025 Release Wave 2 event, where we're going to explore the new things that Microsoft is bringing to Dynamics and Power Platform products, along with AI and Copilot, right? With this new release wave, okay? So let's get started. Yeah. This is our agenda for today. We broke it down in the different product solutions, right? So we're going to start talking about F&O with the ERP F&O, then the ERP Business Central, okay? Stefan is going to talk about F&O, and then Michaela is going to talk about Business Central. And then we're going to go to customer engagement and Power Platform that Felipe will bring to us, talking about all the new things, exciting things that we see there, okay? We're going to briefly pause in each session, after each session for quick Q&A, but always respecting the time limit, okay? So we have to be mindful not to go over, but you can always put questions here in the chat and we will address them. If we don't have the time to address them today, we'll address them later to you, no problem. So before we get started, just a quick announcement here, the routine logistics, right? So we are recording today's webinar. You're going to receive it, both the recording and the PowerPoint afterwards. The PowerPoint is very rich. It contains all the details about what's new. So we don't cover everything today, but you'll get this information later for reference, okay? We will also send you a survey, which we would really appreciate if you can take 2 minutes to complete. That helps us improve our next, our coming events, right? And bring to you ever improving things, better things. As I said, feel free to ask your questions in writing in the chat. We will address them in time, if possible here today. If not, after the finish, we'll continue answering questions and we can get in touch and we are accessible later if you need any additional information, okay? Flamon, yeah. Okay, regarding the waves, right? Basically, historically, for quite some time, right? As long as I remember being in this Dynamics business, which is more than 20 years, Microsoft has been releasing new features in 2 waves in the year, right? So we have an initial wave in April and a second wave in October. So they work in their updates and new functionality and everything. And eventually, they release everything in these 2 waves, right? We have to recognize that things have changed a little bit with the online versions, right? So there are some things that that are made available over time. So not everything is released exactly on those waves. But even considering that, Microsoft still groups their additional functionality and improvements around these waves for simplicity, also for communication. And that's why we also facilitate this information to our customers, prospects, and to the market around these waves. So we always do these 2 webinars to communicate these changes during the year, right? Now, talking about wave 2, which is the wave that we'll be presenting today. They release the plans and the documentations with 4 or 5 months in advance in July, where we already have the information about what's coming. Sometimes things may change a little bit, but mostly what's there, it's what's going to be delivered. Then you already get previews and the possibility to apply some of these functionalities earlier from August throughout October. And then in October, all the updates are available and they start being included in production, okay? Typically, you have some time to include them. And after this period, eventually, Microsoft is going to drive the updates to all users, right? Because that's the nature of the online version of those systems. They need to be updated and be always on par to what's being developed. Otherwise, you can't enjoy the new things that Microsoft is delivering constantly, right? So it is very important for people using these systems to understand what's coming and see what's the impact and what are the new good things that they can use. Go ahead.
Okay, so first of all, a quick introduction about myself. Hi everyone, my name is Stefan Fries, and I'm working at AlfaPeople Switzerland. As a D365 F&O consultant, I help our clients to get the most out of their ERP solution. I think that we're living in an exciting moment because Microsoft and the entire industry is transforming its application suite to unlock the full potential of AI. I'm happy to share here some of the latest releases, highlighting how functionalities can improve daily work and how AI-driven automation is gaining ground within a D365. In my presentation, I will cover the following features from the following areas. So cross-app, finance, supply chain management, and project ops. So let's get started with cross-apps. In this first slide, I have included 4 features which all relate to Copilot and how developers can exploit and extend its capabilities. The first 2 features are about AI actions and client actions, which are both plugins that can be created so that Copilot performs certain functions or actions. As some of you viewers might not know much about Copilot plugins, I will give you a quick introduction to plugins. Mainly there are 2 types of plugins. One is AI action plugin and the other one is client plugin. The AI action plugins enhance Copilot's reasoning and decision-making capabilities by performing predefined functions. These functions are run in the background, which means that they are not visible in the user interface. An example of an AI action would be the calculation of the customer balance or the performance of the credit limit check. Client plugins, on the other hand, trigger user interface actions, such as posting journals, opening forms, updating records, or launching other applications, all directly from Copilot. Plugins are created and managed in Microsoft Copilot Studio. This is important to mention as well. Moving to the third feature here, which is rather easy to explain, as we are all familiar with the natural language interaction that we can have in Copilot. In a conversational chat, the user can ask Copilot about the underlying ERP data. In order that this can happen, developers must add the Dataverse, virtual Dataverse tables as knowledge sources to agents in Microsoft Copilot Studio. I'm going to touch also the last feature here, which is very important, which is about the Model Context Protocol. With this feature, Microsoft introduces an MCP server for its D365 ERP applications. The MCP provides an open standard that defines how context is delivered to large language models within agent platforms. So next, I took this illustration from Microsoft because I think it really illustrates very well the architecture around Copilot. So here we can see that if a user creates a prompt, this prompt is then sent to Copilot, which then does the grounding, which is gathering important information that is important for context. So here, Copilot fetches the data from the user itself, from the application that is running, and also from Microsoft Dataverse. Copilot can also connect to Bing and also to data sources which are outside Microsoft. Once this prompt is enhanced by this grounding, Copilot then sends the prompt to Azure OpenAI, and the language model then processes the prompt and sends the model response back to Copilot, which then informs the user with the response in the user interface. Here, I would like to mention also 3 important features around data security, privacy, and compliance. First, when Copilot is running some actions, it checks that the user is authorized to perform the task based on the user permissions that have been set up in Microsoft Entra ID. Then next, Azure OpenAI has also built in security features, for example, that no harmful content can be generated by the model. So for example, it's not possible to ask Copilot to create a lethal poison that could kill anyone. In this case, Copilot will block the processing and will inform the user. And then lastly, I'm also going to mention here the Microsoft Cloud Trust Boundaries, which ensures that all the business data within Microsoft remains private and secure and is never used to train LLMs. So all these features are based on the Microsoft Responsible AI principles, which are designed to ensure the highest standards of security, privacy, and compliance. Now, in order to grasp a little bit more these concepts, I've created here a slide with a fictitious example of a customized Copilot. So here in my scenario, we are on the customer list page in accounts receivables, and the accounts receivable manager asks Copilot, calculate the past due balance for this customer and notify the account management teams if the balance is over 10,000 Swiss francs. So now Copilot, what it does, it first checks the user role. So in this case, if it's the accounts, if the user has permissions as an accounts receivable manager, it's no problem. So Copilot continues. Then next, the Copilot gathers the customer context, which is the customer name. So Penny Bridge Ventures here in my example. Then with the help of the AI plugin, the balance of the overdue invoices is calculated. And then Copilot determines if the notification via team should be sent or not. And here in my example, as that the balance is over 10,002, the client action then should be triggered. And the message is sent out to the account manager of this customer. Lastly, Copilot informs the user about the total past due balance and also that the action of sending out the notification has been taken, which is very important because the user must exactly know what Copilot did, right? Okay. So now, after having discussed the cross-app features, now let's move on with D365 finance features. First of all, I would just give a quick notice that the localization support from Microsoft has been expanded to the Latin countries, Dominican Republic, Peru, and Venezuela. So this is very important for companies that have operations in these countries. And I'm please refer to the documentation of Microsoft if this is the case for you to know the details. Next, we have also some Copilot features within finance. The first one is the customer page summary, which provides an instant access to customer insight. Because here in the summary, all the information, all the important information about the customer and about its transactions are summarized. So the system gets the information from different modules and forms, and puts everything very nicely in this summary generated by Copilot. In order just to show you how this is done in the system, I've generated this quick demo in the system. So here I've entered into a customer which has been set up as an intercompany customer, but this is a detail. So Copilot says that we have 11 customer invoices, which total to 40,000 euros. Then in the insights, we can see that out of this total of 40,000 euros, 27,000 is past due. And Copilot also indicates which is the invoice with the longest overdue period, and which is the invoice that has the largest amount. So these two information are interesting for collection efforts. So in summary, it's a nice feature that just spots the important information about the customer for accounts receivable and collection clerks. Then, sorry. Then this feature is quite similar than the previous one. It's also a summary which is provided here, not related to the customer status, but to the status of a workflow. So this applies to all workflows which are set up in Dynamics. With this feature, a user of a workflow can directly see what is the status of the workflow, and also important information as the submitter name, due date, next approver, completion policy, and recent records of the same document type. So before having this feature, usually if you had a workflow, you had to go every line of the workflow to see the details. Now everything is put in a concise summary at the top of the page. So it's really nice. Now let's discuss some features which fall into the category of core financials according to Microsoft. First, we have the use of financial tags, which now can be used in the Accounting Source Explorer and also in Business Performance Analytics as an additional dimension for analysis, which comes in very handy. Second, we have the enhanced fixed asset split functionality, which allows businesses to split assets with greater ease. We have options such as selecting the exchange rate now. So we can either define spot or historical exchange rates. We can also specify the split method, which now can be also by amount, besides from by percentage, which already existed before. And we can also preview split outcomes. So all these options now simplify the complex asset split process. Third, we have the transfer fixed assets between legal entities feature. With this, we can automatically create the destination asset in the receiving legal entity. So this eliminates the need for manual re-entry, which of course also reduces error and saves time. Upon the transfer, financial data is copied, including acquisition cost, accumulated depreciation, and net book value. Lastly, we have the view cross-company transactional data using accounting source explorer feature, which simplifies cross-company analysis by offering a unified view and enabling traceability back to source documents. So this is now possible without the need of switching legal entities. With the improved Excel export function, data from several legal entities can be extracted at once, which is very helpful for financial analysis. Okay, let's move on. Then we have another feature, which is an important one, which is the reconcile account faster using the account reconciliation agent. So with this agent, the agent itself actually identifies discrepancies in near real time and notifies the finance team immediately if there's any issue, which makes the reconciliation now much more proactive. So we don't have to wait for end of month reconciliation to discover if there's any reconciliation issues. Copilot now handles exception by recommending corrective actions in case of identified mismatches. And the agent can handle complex scenario, including transactions that are in the ledger but not in the subledger, transactions that are in the subledger but not in the ledger, and also complex linking scenarios. What is exciting about this feature is that Copilot learns from past resolutions, which makes him better and better over time in identifying and resolving issues. An audit trail tracks every action, whether by a user or Copilot, ensuring full traceability for compliance and audit readiness. Let's now advance to the next topic, which is the discussion of the supply chain management features. So here the first feature is the enable quality control with acceptance sampling. With this feature, we can reduce inspection time and cost by avoiding full lot inspections while maintaining high quality standards. The feature uses statistical sampling methods based on industry standards to determine optimal sample sizes and defect thresholds. What is important to mention is that the system automatically generates quality orders based on predefined quality associations, item sampling methods, and defect categories, which all minimize manual effort. The administrators can customize the sampling charts, which are shown here, as according to their criterion that they use. This feature is ideal for manufacturers aiming to balance inspection efficiency with product quality, especially in the case of highly regulated companies or companies that have high volume production. Okay, then let's move on. This feature is about high quality management and regulatory compliance. It enables quality controls directly into the supply chain. By providing an end-to-end solution, the feature eliminates the need for third-party system. Let's go quickly over the highlighted points here on the slide. First, the feature fosters continuous improvement and risk mitigation by offering corrective and preventive action workflow and non-conformance tracking to drive root cause analysis and prevent future issues. So this is a feedback-driven strategy. Then next, optimized testing strategies is supported. And we have digitized manufacturing for precision and compliance, which is supported by electronic batch records, certificates of analysis, and role-based signatures, which then in turn make regulatory compliance very easy. Finally, the user productivity is improved by the new quality management workspace and quick test result entry, which reduces manual effort and speeds up decision making. This feature is especially valuable for industry like pharmaceuticals, food and beverage, and electronics, where compliance and quality are very critical. Then we have this feature about seasonality patterns. So here, seasonality patterns can get detected by the use of generative AI, and the seasonality patterns are analyzed in demand forecast. So the forecast is improved by identifying recurring trends and clustering data with confidence scores. Users can view charts and natural language summaries, as illustrated here, and export the insights to Excel for deeper analysis. This feature helps optimize inventory levels by aligning supply with seasonal demand, which reduces costs related to overstocking and stockouts. So in summary, yeah, it's a very nice feature that can lead to significant cost reductions. Then we have the managed supplier relationship with supplier engagement feature, which empowers procurement professionals to manage supplier relationship across all legal entities from a single unified workspace. It introduces a portal which is built on Microsoft Power Pages, which enables seamless collaboration with vendor on requests for quotation, purchase orders, and invoicing, amongst others. Key benefits include automated workflows for onboarding, audits, and supplier reviews, enhanced collaboration through self-service portals and real-time updates, and the strategic supplier management with tools for performance monitoring, capability tracking, and quality assurance. So overall, this feature delivers substantial value to daily vendor interactions by streamlining collaboration, onboarding, and performance tracking. Then we have the warehouse management mobile app, which now is in version 4, which some of you viewers may know. So here we have a major upgrade, which makes the user interface more intuitive and also allows for streamlined workflows. It provides real-time data access, improved inventory tracking, and optimized resource allocation, amongst others. These improvements reduce errors and boost productivity, which makes the daily warehouse task more efficient and reliable. So now I come to the last part of my presentation, which is dedicated to the features of Project Ops. So here the first feature is related to the expense agent, which lets you automatically match credit transactions with itemizing expenses. This feature analyzes existing credit card transactions, matches them with relevant receipts based on transaction details, and breaks them down into itemized entries as needed. By using the expense agents, you reduce your workload and minimize manual errors. With the second feature here, report creation and approval process gets streamlined by agentic automation. Copilot detect work from Outlook and Teams and automatically creates time entries, which can also be automatically submitted to supervisors. Furthermore, Copilot can also perform policy validations, which is another key benefit. Then another feature related to time entries is the time entry mobile app. With this app, users can view, create, and submit their time entries for approval. So this is a nice feature for employees who are frequently on the run. And then now this is the last feature that I'm discussing, which is related to enable purchase orders and item reservation for stocked items. So with these features, the system can create automatically POs from item requirements for projects. Three key benefits should be highlighted here. First, costs are recognized at the time of product receipt rather than at the reception of the invoice, which improves cost visibility and budget control. Then second, inventory can be reserved specifically for projects and based on different material usage scenarios, which ensures material availability and reducing delays. And third, integration with master planning enables proactive supply chain management through planned purchases or transfers based on project forecasts.
So, hello. Just a quick introduction of me. I am currently located in AlfaPeople, Denmark, Copenhagen. I have been a Business Central consultant for almost 4 years now, and before that, my background is 20 years in trading and production companies with roles within supply chain and ERP projects. Oh, sorry, my sound went cold. So today I will try to cover most of the topics, features within these topics. I will not manage to go all over them all, so I've picked out a sub of them within the topics you see here. So let's dig into governance and administration. As in the beginning, into the introduction to this webinar, features are coming between October and March 2026 in major and minor updates. I will not present everything now, so I ask my colleague to share the direct link to all the features related to Business Central. Then you can dig in after this webinar and see if there was something I don't present that is relevant for you. With the Wave 1, there was a possibility to actually upload the preview to a sandbox environment. And actually, with this feature, you are now able to upload your sandbox environment to test all the new features with your own demo data. And that's a huge, a big improvement because you are able to test your daily work with the new features. I will show you how you can do it if you're an administrator here on the screen. If you're not able to do it by yourself, please reach out for us to help you. I will say that if you update your sandbox environment to the preview version, you cannot update it any further, and it will be deleted when the final update comes. So please use a sandbox that you are okay with will be deleted later on. So let's go into the popular topic, Copilot and agents. some of you may already know that the sales agents has been available in some countries. For this release, it's available for more countries to try out. I really recommend to try and use this agent because more of them will come. You can set it up to, for example, create tasks for you from a shared mailbox. It could be a mailbox from customers where you could draft a sales quote or a sales order. And you can also make the sales agent can also convert quotes to sales order upon confirmation. So I recommend to test it. Furthermore, now the agent is being much better now, and if the agent stop in the middle of a task, you are now able to give it additional instructions so it complete the task for you, and you can use the time on other tasks on your table. And also now the payable agent, which was released in the Wave 1 in 4 English-speaking countries, is now available in Canada and Denmark and Spain. And I'm sure of it for the next wave for more countries. This payable agent will help you processing and capture vendor invoicing, and saving a lot of time. Maybe some of you already use ESV to solve this issue, but now it's coming into Business Central as a payable agent with the AI and the Copilot features. So please try it out. Furthermore, I can see a similarity from the F&O updates that also in the Business Central you have the summarizing, for example, on the customer card. Now it's more faster and it's more detailed, and actually it's pushed out to 20 plus additional languages, and yeah, it's a lot quicker, and you quickly get a sum up of, for example, the customer card. And also for the Business Central, the MCP server is available now. So actually you can connect to a better automation and AI, and you are able to build your own customer agents with this server. So yeah, everything is AI now. And related to countries, there is actually a lot of updates for the Czech Republic on this release. I will not dig into them, but if you have a tenant or company in Czech Republic, please go in and read the related updates for your country. But I will point out the UK localization is now available as an extension, and that means that we are keeping the base app clean with countries more and more that country-specific extension are put it on top of the Business Central, and it makes it easier for us to populate the environments and also use the ESV solution without any restrictions. And for the US, now it's easier also because you can submit your EIS forms electronic, and I'm sure that is a big, huge improvement for you guys in the US. And furthermore, with this edition, we are up to 170 countries where the BC is running. Pretty cool. So there is high demand across countries, you all know, and especially in the electronic documents. And also in this wave, there is you're now able to send more document types in the Pebble format, for example, reminders and finance charts. So you're more into the digital world, and it's easier and improved processes. Furthermore, yeah, you are now able to use e-documents for shipping and transfer shipping documents, and in some countries this is actually required by law, so it's a good improvement. And you are now able also to instead of see your Pebble invoice before posting in a PDF format, you are now able to pre-review it directly in the Business Central, so you don't have to open a PDF format before to check it out. That's also good. In the finance management, there's only a few updates this time, and the one I have picked out is that you are actually able to now automatically create multiple fixed asset cards from purchase invoices. So before you had to create them manually before posting the invoice, now by adding a field called number of fixed asset cards, you are able to make Business Central create those cards automatically when posting invoice. And in the reporting and data analyze, more and more in the last updates, the RDSCLL LC format is phased out because they are difficult to, you need a developer to change the format. And that is why more and more documents are phased out, and you can use it in Word and Excel instead. And also, this result in that many of the reports is now standard in the Power BI. Over here, the sales app, the new Power BI sales app, and Microsoft continually adds a new standard version of sales reports, and they are continually modernizing the analyzed reports and the look in the dashboard. And the same with the purchasing power app. There is also updated a lot on the models and maps and filtering and new reports. So yeah, it is very great tool, and I recommend to start looking into that if you don't use the Power BI today. And in the supply chain, here's only a few. I would mention one of them particularly. I haven't not actually seen it yet, but in December, Microsoft have announced that they are releasing a new quality management extension for Business Central, and I think we are very keen on how it will help us, because we're really missing that feature. So quite interesting to see what that is. And in the sustainability, there has been a lot in the last couple of updates to all the requirements, and many of the new features are helping you collecting data and be compliant with the ESG regulations and get better insight into your business. So I cannot mention all of them. There is, again, quite a lot, so please look into them. I will mention that you now can measure all gases and CO2 terms for accurate reporting, so you can stay compliant with the laws and standards. It's a feature you need to enable in the sustainability setup. If you don't know how to do it, please reach out. Furthermore, on the sustainability journals, there is now a workflow you can use for more control of the journals before posting. On the employee card, there are now more fields to use if you want to track and share important employee and governance information. And furthermore, more on the items, you are now able to use more fields. Please note that if you want to see the sustainability function on the item cards, you need to enable in the setup before you actually can see the fields I'm showing on the screen here. But you are able to see by using this field the population's impact of your transactions, and you can cut emission and work more efficiently. And last feature, you can now use the CBAM and EPR calculation, sorry for my English. So you can follow the EU rules for carbon emission and product waste. And again, it is fills on items on the CO and material data. You can set up fee rules, and the automatic calculation on those fees are now available in sales and purchase documents. Last, I want to make you aware of some features that will be removed for the next wave. We are talking about the wave 1 in 2026, but I need to make you aware of it already so you're prepared. They are outdated. For the business manager and account role center, you're not able to see these following reports any longer from the update version 28 for next year. And the old Power Apps are now outdated because Microsoft has released the 7 new Power Apps that are more related to the business, different business functionalities. So they will not be updated anymore and will be stated as absolute in the app stores. Last, legacy reports. As I told you before, RDLC programming is difficult, and we are switching over to the Excel format instead. So those finance and manufacturing, sales and purchase reports in those formats will be phased out as listed here, and you can use the Excel reports instead.
Okay, so welcome again, everybody. I am Felipe. I work in AlfaPeople as a technical solution architect, and today I will present for you the Microsoft Dynamics 365 customer engagement and also Power Platform news regarding the Wave 2 of 2025. What we are going to cover today are all the business applications that we have on customer engagement, the main ones, and also Power Platform, all that we have, all the apps that we have in Power Platform. We are going to cover the very nice new features and lots of copilots you're going to see in the next slides. First of all, let's start talking about Dynamics 365 customer engagement, and we will start talking about the sales business application. So this is, of course, that Microsoft is inserting Copilot and AI in each application. But now we can accelerate data entry using Form Field Access Toolbar. So imagine that you have a document from Word, a simple document of text with information. Previously, if you already use Dynamics, you know that you can just upload a business card, and on this business card, so you already have AI to capture the main information like first name, company, an email, depending on the quality of the business card. But now, if you have a form, a file, a PDF, you can import this PDF, and also we are not only restricted to the first name and last name fields. We can have more fields being filled out by these custom files. This is a very nice application because with this, of course, we can fill the forms more rapidly. About how to make filters. This is a new improvement. In the past, of course, we can click in a column, click on filter, and then put the filter that we want. But now we can filter our views using natural language. So instead of just going and click and filter, you can ask for a specific filter. You can ask Copilot, and then Copilot will do the filter for you. This also increases productivity and makes queries more easy to be done. On the lead management, we also have some improvements. Now we can boost pipeline by autonomously researching leads with sales qualification agents. Microsoft is inserting agents and more agents and autonomous agents in the applications. So now you just does not have it does not have only Copilot. You have some nice agents that you can leverage. For example, how the sales qualification agent works. So you can configure the sales qualification agent and it will look to your base of leads. And on this, the agent will qualify the lead. So you know if you need to engage with that specific lead or not. With this functionality, you don't need to pass row by row anymore. Now you can just use the sales qualification agent to understand if that lead it's only that can be engaged or not. It's worth it be engaged or not. Next, let's talk about Copilot for Sales. On Copilot for Sales, you probably already use it on your Outlook for the web or even on Microsoft 365. But now you can also leverage Copilot for Sales in your mobile apps. Then if you have Outlook on iPhone or Android, you can have all the functionalities from Copilot for Sales now in your mobile app, now in your smartphone. On customer insights data, the idea is to create the insights faster, so the insights can be shown by your agents in a way that it makes more sense, that your data makes more sense. The summary that appears on every lead, on every account, on every customer insights, it's customized by you. So you can apply some filters directly on the data, and this can reduce the data scope of what you need. Previously, you need to upload the entire data set, and now you can filter it in a way that the data will be present, only the data that you want will be present in the data source. Next, let's talk about customer insights journeys. On customer insights journeys now, sales and marketing are more and more unified, and mainly in the past, if you create a journey where you have a registration form, for example, and someone goes and insert his name in the registration form, the registration form creates a new account, a new contact, a new lead, or whatever you have configured for it to create. Well, if I am a person that already have attended to one of your events, and then I registered twice in two different forms for two different events, this could create duplications. The idea now with these new features is that even if they are different forms, the customer insights journey will check if this specific email or this specific attendee it's already in your database, and if it is on the database, it will not duplicate the record on it. And new features about copilots and agents. Well, we already had the possibility of creating journeys using emails, SMS, text messages, and whatever. But now we will be able to use voice and IVR conversations. And that's very nice because you can configure the IVR using Copilot Studio, and your agent, your bot that you have created can be part of one of your customer insights journeys. You can create your agent and your agent can attend your customer directly. On the customer service business application, now we can insert Copilot prompts in email templates. In the past, the email template was just that thing where you have that specific text and you just change some parameters according to your user or your business case. But now with prompts in the email templates, Copilot will generate for you a different email every time that an email is sent, even though the email is about the same thing. For example, imagine that you have a ticket. Then on this specific ticket, you close the ticket and an email is sent to your customer. In that moment, in the past, the customer received a mail, thank you for for the participation on this ticket, we have closed it and everything. Now with prompts in email templates, the wording of the email can be customized, and we don't need anymore so the agents to care about this. Now the bot will take care of everything and even the wording of the email template. Another nice feature is that we can automate case life cycles tasks with case management agent. Here we are talking about another agent that is on the customer service. This is the case management agent. And what's the idea of it? So when a customer service representative accepts a live chat, the case management agent automatically creates a case and fills in the required information. This can happen for a new interaction with the customer or for an existing interaction with the customer. Instead of your human agent needs to go and fill the information in the ticket, the AI will get the information from the call and it will insert in a new ticket or in an existing ticket, depending on the scenario that you have built. That's the case management agent, another autonomous agent created to help the agents driving the customer service. And now Copilot for services. We also have new features here. And for one of the features that I want to highlight is that we now can embed case summary customizations in your CRM systems. We already have case summary, you know, when you open customer service, you have there the case summary just above the timeline. But now this feature will let admin customize the case summary so that they include only the relevant fields from their third-party CRM systems. Now, if you want to add more information to that case summary, you also be able to customize. In the past, this is just something that Copilot will build and it will show the information for you, but now you can be more flexible and be more customizable. Let's talk about Contact Center, a business application that Microsoft is very focused on right now, on developing multiple features. All these features that I'm talking are just mainly highlights, and on Contact Center is one of the most applications where we have the major number of new features. And on Contact Center, we have news on Copilot and AI. For example, we can use enhanced real-time translation. In real-time translation, it's one thing that many companies are implementing right now. And of course, Copilot goes first and deliver one thing that we still don't have on the market. That's why it's so good to be part of the Microsoft ecosystem. So with these features, now user can get an out-of-the-box solution. In the past, for translation services, you probably have to connect a web resource to an Azure translation services. But now we can just configure this in the contact center solution itself. And it's really real-time translation. If someone is speaking in Spanish in the other side, we can just create a resource, and this resource will translate everything that the customer it's talking to the agent, and the agent can answer also in English, and the bot will translate it to Spanish. Well, that's very good as well. Regarding some new IVR capabilities, I want to highlight the first thing that you are seeing on the screen. Now we can enable SAP versus header support for context transfer. In the past, we have the limitations of only 138 characters on the header of the SAP. And now we have increased this limit to 256 characters. That allows us to have more and more information about the specific call. For example, additional context on this specific call, such as call ID, language preference, some specific instruction for a specific agent. Everything can be in the header of the context of the call, and that is also very good because increase the possibilities and capabilities of the IVR. Regarding Teams integration, on Microsoft Teams, now you can use Microsoft Teams Phone as in Dynamics 365 Contact Center. That means that in the past, you need to connect Azure Communication Services with Contact Center every time, even though if you want to use direct routing or not. But now, if you already are a user of Microsoft Teams Phone, you don't need this. You can only connect to Microsoft Teams Phone, and this can already be a connection to your contact center. And then you can maintain your number, you can maintain your existing configurations if everything is connected to Microsoft Teams Phone. It's important to say that Microsoft Teams Phone have calling plans available in 36 countries and operator connect in 96 different countries. For a complete list of countries, you can check directly the Microsoft Learn solution. On the unified routing now. Contact Center have news on the unified routing mainly. I will highlight here the second row. The sales to select a representative automatically in a consultant to queue. The idea of this new feature is that when a service representative selects a queue during the consult process, this feature automatically connects them to the best representative for a consultation. So this feature is helpful when service representatives aren't sure how to find the appropriate representative to consult. The system finds the right subject matter experts based on the conversation context. Using AI, the supervisor does not need to, get to a bunch of people and then select the right people to send a message or to send that specific call or to send to a specific queue. Using AI, the AI can understand based on the context who is the most available and capable person to attend the customer, and the unified routing will be done with no problem. Next business application that we are going to talk about is field service. The feature that I'm going to highlight here is that now the bookings are integrated with Outlook and Microsoft Teams. If you create a booking in field service, this booking for a specific work order will be available on the Outlook calendar and also on the Teams calendar, so the technicians can see it on the mobile phone where they are on the streets. In the past, these information are only present in the field service mobile app, but now this is also integrated with Outlook and Microsoft Teams for facilitate the understanding and also to integrate more the capabilities of the applications from Microsoft. Well, we just spoke about all the customer engagement features, and we are going to talk about the Power Platform right now. We have also some exciting new features in Power Platform, and we are going to dive in it right now, starting with Power Apps. On Power Apps, now we can manage and oversee AI agents in applications. What's the main idea here? If you create agents, this could be agents that you have made fine-tuning on it or not. And also the agents that we already spoke about, the agents from the system itself, you can oversee how the agents are behaving, if they are delivering what you want, if they are sending the correct information for the customers or not. You can follow the executions of the agents, check exactly how the conversation have gone, how the flow have worked, and then you can make the changes in troubleshoot if you want. And now you have on the left pane of your Power Platform Admin Center, you have a new menu called Agents. On this new menu called Agents, you can create an agent from an app or even start from blank. If you select to create an agent from an app, then you can select a model-driven app that you already have, or you can select Dataverse tables, and the AI itself will check how exactly it thinks that it can be helpful, what processes can be simplified using AI, and then it will create a draft agent for you, so you don't need to start from blank. And the other options is also true, right? You can still start from blank if you want. And the other nice feature is that you can generate model-driven apps pages using natural language. Instead of creating your model-driven app only, well, in the past, right? So create new page, create new table. Now you can describe your app, and then you don't need to start from scratch. You can, well, part of the work can be done by the AI, and then you can do the other part. Let's talk about Power Automate right now. Power Automate, when it's connected to Copilot, sometimes on Copilot, you need to trigger a specific cloud flow. And in the past, it was hard to troubleshoot exactly what is happening. But now, even using Copilot, you can troubleshoot your flow errors or even the success of your flows on the logs of Power Automate. And based on this, if there are errors that happened, or even if there are actions that have been successful, you can check each action of each flow, and then do whatever development you need to do after this. On AI Builder, what we have is now you can build intelligent solutions with AI capabilities. The idea on AI Builder is that the AI itself can review your AI prompts. What does that mean? We can create an AI that oversees another AI. Imagine that you have an AI prompt, you have configured, but also you want to make sure that this prompt it's also making sense for your customer, and the prompt is really working fine, working well. Well, AI Builder, because AI can generate wrong content, AI Builder can connect to this specific AI prompt and validate if the prompt is working as expected or not. Then you don't need to, if 100 emails have been sent in one day, you don't need to open every 100 emails and check how the content have been generated. You can trust AI Builder to do part of the work for you, so it's easy to understand and to do anything that you want also after this. It's also possible to extend Copilot capabilities with AI. Using on the second row here that I want to highlight, using your own generative AI model from Azure AI Foundry in Prompt Builder. The idea of extending Copilot capabilities using AI Foundry is that you can optimize cost and using specialized models for individual tasks. On Copilot, you don't need to use only one language model. You can, using Azure AI Foundry, use DeepSeek, for example, or use Gemini. Doesn't matter. You can choose your language model, and then Azure AI Foundry can deliver it in the Copilot ecosystem. Doesn't matter what is the AI, doesn't matter what is the motor, what's the engine. So AI Builder can help you to extend all Copilot's capabilities. We have intelligent document and email processing. If you have a PDF, if you have a Word document, and you want to integrate this document and process this document in some way. Now you can quickly extract, categorize, validate the information of a PDF, for example, an invoice, a contract, and this agent can really check if there is any information missing. Imagine that you have received an invoice, and this invoice have one information missing that is critical for you to pay for this invoice. If you use the document processor that will be available in September of 2025, then the document processor can already see what is the key information that is missing, can do the reply for your supplier or whoever sent this invoice for you, and then you don't need to do a manual work checking that document. AI can do this for you. On Copilot Studio, we have some new and exciting features. I will highlight the first row here. Now you can use your own model when generating responses. And when I say own model, I'm saying fine-tuned models. If you have a custom model, if you have created a model outside Copilot, you can also use this to generate the responses that you want. That also means that because this fine-tuned model is more trained with your company capabilities, this can increase the customer satisfaction. This could increase operational efficiency, and can differentiate you from companies that are not fine-tuning their models, that are just regular models. And that's also a very nice feature that can differentiate the Copilot platform from other ones in the market. On Dataverse, one new feature that I found that it's very nice is now we can just create a column that it's a prompt. What does that mean? Imagine a calculated column. In the past, a calculated column that you can create also on Excel is just column B plus column C. But now in Dataverse, if you want to generate custom data on the column itself from Dataverse, you can create a column that is a prompt that will look to other columns and generate a data for you. Now you don't need to create complicated plugins or something to just generate a specific answer to the customer. You can just create a column, say what you want from that specific column, and AI will look to the table and generate the data for you as you have asked it. And that's, I think that is a very nice feature. I have lots of applications, and we will probably see us using more and more. Some news also on the governance and administration side, and it's always important to highlight that the governance and administration it's something that is part of our IT departments, and the idea here is to help our IT departments to leverage their governance. On the the first item that we have here, the first row, is that we can now manage agent securities with enhanced admin controls. Microsoft is worried, of course, on how the makers are using AI, and probably the IT departments are also worried. But no worries on the Microsoft applications, because now you can govern and administrate who can create copilots, what models they can use, and now you can meet all your organization requirements using Copilot and the engines, the language model agents with no problem. Power Pages, one nice feature that I want to highlight, it's we have a new section on the Power Pages Admin Center where you have the recommended licensee capacity allocation based on your website. Based on the consumption website, now you have a report saying what is your recommended licensee capacity, so your Power Pages does not have latency problems and nothing like that.
Yeah, so yeah, you caught up. So we're back on track. So we're just gonna do the wrap up now. As we said, I mean, we're here to answer questions. If you have any question that you would like to put in the chat, we will reply to them now. Otherwise, I mean, we'll still be here any other time. I mean, just reach out to your contacts here at AlfaPeople and we'll be glad to help you, right? Before we go, I do wanted to give you a very, very interesting offer here. At AlfaPeople, we are trying to stay abreast, right, and keep up with everything that's coming in AI and Copilot, and it's not little. You saw this today, right? So we saw it in the apps, we saw it in the ERP apps, the customer engagement apps, also in Power Platform. So within the apps, Microsoft is infusing more and more AI for productivity and agents, right, to automate processes and to make decisions for us and help us with the decisions that we need to make, which are daily mundane tasks, right? So AI and the agents are going to be doing that more and more, and that's becoming already a fact in our apps, in ERP and CRM and customer engagement. Now, with Power Platform and Copilot Agent, Copilot Studio, and the capability that we have to build agents around with these solutions, we can optimize, change, revolutionize any business process, right? So the call to action here is let's take a deeper look at where AI can help your organization, right? So beyond the ERP and customer engagement, but looking across all the processes within the organization and across different systems and different data, right? We have developed a specific workshop for that. That's an 8-hour workshop where we go through the details of the technology, right? What it can offer, and just as an introduction, and then we discuss use cases. We talk about actual use cases that we have seen and applied in different customers, and we discuss how those can fit your particular need, and we think about priorities with you. So we help you think a little bit about what will be the best strategy, the best initial cases for you to adopt AI in general, in any of your business processes, right? So this is the essence of our workshop. So yeah, get in touch with us if you're interested. It's really helping a lot, many of our customers, okay? Also, we would like you please to fill out the evaluation form. That will help us a lot. And let's keep in touch. We're here to help you in this journey. I know there's a lot of new things coming up with the AI. It's a big transformation and it's really exciting, and we'll be glad to help you in this. Yeah. So with that, thank you to our presenters. Thank you for you guys that came and watched them, and have a great day.